What is up, everyone? Go Battle Day is today, which means you'll be able to do 20 sets of Go Battle League and get 4 times Stardust on win rewards. So it's a great day to grind some Stardust, and I definitely recommend you do as many sets as possible. However, doing all 100 battles can take a lot of time that you might not have. Which is why I created a team that has pretty fast battles and is so easy to run, you can get wins without even looking at your screen. You've probably already guessed what the team is since it's super simple, so we're just gonna head into these battles. It's Triple Charm, of course, in the Willpower Cup. I actually tried this team out to prove it's not gonna be super strong.
Flashback.
Overheat. Okay, we'll switch to Gallade. No way! No! No! This wasn't supposed to work! But then I went 5-0 with it, and I must concede, it's actually pretty busted. It's very busted. You know, Willpower Cup is just filled with dark types, fighting types, and barely any charm resists. So even though none of the charmers in this meta get same type attack bonus on their charms, it is still super oppressive, especially since I'm running 2 shadows on my team in Gallade and Liepard. Those are my preferred charmers in this meta because they can be shadows. Their attack is pretty high, which means you're gonna charm your opponents down before they can get to many charge moves, which in my opinion is quite important for charmers. Besides that, Liepard especially is really good as a charmer here, since it's the best one versus Mandibus. Charmers like Wobbuffet or Gallade or Gothitelle or Meowstic can all lose to Mandibus since they take super effective from dark moves, but Liepard takes resisted there and only neutral from a flying move, so it's actually quite nice there. As you can see in this game, I actually faced 2 dark poisons. We still won. Like, charm is just so oppressive. GG's. Next game, we face a Wobbuffet Mirror. Now, this is so slow. This is, if there's any charmer you replace on this team, definitely do Wobbuffet, because that just makes your games go a lot quicker. Like, if you're going for speed, go for like a Gothitelle or Gothorita, I think, or Meowstic instead of Wobbuffet. That will make your games go quicker. But if you want to win, I do think Wobbuffet is kind of required, because it's a very nice damage punch. Like, Wobbuffet will allow you to use shields only on your other 2 charmers, which is quite nice. Anyway, this matchup takes ages, so I'm actually just going to speed it up a little bit. I actually end up getting a bit lucky. After I throw my return here, you're actually going to see my opponent will lag a turn, which allows me to farm them down before, well, they farm me down, which is pretty lucky. It's actually going to end up mattering quite a bit. Well, it might have mattered, because you're going to see they're going to bring in a Charmed Gallade. It turns out they might actually also be running Triple Charm here. They're not running Shadow though. Doesn't really matter. Charms still do the exact same damage. We're going to be able to charm them down before they charm me down. And in the back, there's a Mandibus. So if I had not gotten that lag, it would have been a 50-50 if I would have won that game. Because I would have needed to get my Liepard into the Mandibus, of course. Now, because, well, I was able to kill their Wobbuffet before they fainted mine, I just brought in my Gallade versus theirs and my Liepard versus Mandibus. Anyway, next game, we get a pretty bad lead in Victini, a fire type, a charm resists. Oh, what will we do? I switch into my Liepard. Honestly, maybe I should have stayed in with Wobbuffet and made them throw a V-Create before switching here. I was kind of hoping they'd switch out though. Because I'm a dark type, I was hoping they'd switch out, thinking I'm like an Umbreon, but they stayed in long enough to throw a V-Create and burn a shield, which is kind of unfortunate. And then they bring in Mandibus, which is crazy, since, as you can see, Liepard's doing work here. Now, I don't want to go 2 shields down, so I'm just going to let my Liepard go here. By the way, I'm running Frustration and Dark Pulse on my Liepard, because, well, I don't have a Shadow Liepard without Frustration, and I think if you go with just 1 charge move, Dark Pulse is the way, so this is the cheapest one. Anyway, still Wobbuffet with a shield there. Victini's going to come in. Downside of Wobbuffet is that charms just aren't that oppressive from it, but the upside is you also don't take much damage. As you can see, V-Create does nothing. We're going to be able to just charm this down probably if they keep V-Creating, because they're dropping their defense and these charms are actually starting to add up. Gonna take another one. Again, Wobbuffet is a big meat shield here. A huge meat shield. I'm actually gonna switch in Gallade here to farm down the Victini, but actually have a Zweilous in the back, which we just completely farmed down. And now I should be able to charm down the Victini too. GG trainer. Another Zweilous lead. Super solid for me, of course, so I have to switch out. I bring in Skuntank. I go to Gallade here. Since the charms are just that much more oppressive, I should be able to farm this down before they get to 2 crunches. Gonna shoot up the first. And we get the defense drop, unfortunately, but still, I'm able to farm down the Skuntank, get switch advantage, which is really unnecessary, by the way. I don't need switch advantage. I have 2 really good answers to Zweilous, but still, I guess that's fine, because now I see what they bring into my Gallade, which ends up being Galarian Rapidash. So I'm very happy to get switched there, because Galarian Rapidash versus Liepard is still not amazing versus Liepard, since they can hit back with super effective fairy moves, of course. Now I'm free to just bring in my Wobbuffet, and even if they have Mega Horn, that's fine, because Wobbuffet is the meat shield here. I'm gonna throw another move here. Actually, Body Slam first, which is interesting. Since I have Play Rough, does a lot more damage. I guess they were expecting a shield, but I'm not shielding my Wobbuffet. I'm just charming. We're just charming. I throw the Mirror Coat. You know, I don't need to even build up the return, since all I needed was either a shield. I actually didn't even need a shield. With this team, you can usually just forego throwing charge moves, since you're generally not gonna get to 3 charge moves anyway. So, yeah, that's it. You just don't throw charge moves, honestly. I'm gonna farm down the Rapidash now, and now we charm the Zweilous. GG's. Next game, we face a Lucario lead, which is quite solid. They bring in a Raichu now. I bring in my Gallade, since I'll be able to easily farm this down before it gets to a bunch of charge moves, which this might have been a mistake. Maybe I should have brought in Liepard instead, since I'd still be able to just fully farm this down. And then I get my Liepard away from a Lucario. Liepard isn't too good versus fighting types, because of course you take super effective damage from them. So making sure it doesn't get aligned to Lucario would have been quite nice. And I still do that, but it just took 2 shields. If I had brought in Liepard first Raichu, I would have just taken the second Thunder Punch and then farmed it down with Gallade, and then I would have been able to save a shield. In the end, it's really not gonna matter though, because they have a Mendebuzz and I have 2 Charmers, including Liepard, which is, well, very good here. So we're looking extremely solid. Yeah, and that's the 5-0. That's the 5-0. This team is absolutely ridiculous. If you want to counter this team, just you go with spammier Pokemon, such as Pawniard or Drapion, or bulky Pokemon like Cresselia, because they generally do quite well versus these Charmers. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Good luck with your Go Battle Day, and I'll see you in the next one.